So today I just want to demonstrate to you all how you can use the Casio Classwiz calculator to solve quadratic equations. To demonstrate this function, I'm going to use a really straightforward quadratic equation. So I'm going to use x squared plus 5x plus 6 equals 0. And the reason for that is because this one can be really easily factorised to give x plus 2, x plus 3 equals 0. And we know that the whole point of quadratic equations is that when I have two things multiplied together to make 0, then one of those two things has to be 0. So either x plus 2 is 0 or x plus 3 is 0. And I could have skipped that line because I can see immediately that x must be minus 2 or x must be minus 3. It's one or the other of those two. Obviously, it can't be both of them at the same time, but it is one or the other.
So solving x squared plus 5x plus 6 on the calculator can be done like this. First, when you switch the calculator on, you will be in calculate mode. We want to switch this to quadratic equations mode. Press the menu button and then scroll down twice and across, and we get to xy equals 0. Now, depending on which calculator you have, that will be somewhere else. On this calculator, it is option A, which means 10. Press equals, and we get simultaneous equations or polynomials. Quadratic equations are a type of polynomial, so we press 2, and then the degree of the polynomial is the highest power of x that exists in that equation or in that polynomial. In this case, a quadratic has a power of 2 because it's got x squared. So our polynomial degree is 2. Okay, now you can see that we've entered a screen that allows us to enter in ax squared plus bx plus c. So our x squared plus 5x plus 6, well, x squared means 1x squared. So we're going to type in a 1 there and then press equals. We've got plus 5x, so I'm going to type in plus 5. And then for the plus 6 at the end, I'm just going to type in plus 6 equals. And now I've got my polynomial x squared plus 5x plus 6. When I press equals again, I've now got ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. So this is saying that the equation x squared plus 5x plus 6 equals 0 has the first solution, x1, denotes the first x value, equals minus 2, which is great, that's what we expected. And the second value, x2, the second x value is minus 3. Now, we won't go into detail as to why it does this or how it does it, but if you press equals again, we're now being told that if we drew a graph of x squared plus 5x plus 6, we would get a minimum value with an x coordinate of minus 5 over 2 and a y value of minus 1/4. So this is great. It can be really useful. If we were sketching the graph y equals x squared plus 5x plus 6, the minimum point on that graph has coordinates of minus 5 over 2, minus 1/4. And then if I press equals again, I now go back to the original screen where I can amend my quadratic equation if I typed it in incorrectly or if I want to type in a new one. If I've done enough work on quadratic equations, then I press menu and 1, and that takes me back to normal calculate mode.